me scroll to the top, my bad. I was editing while I was sitting down. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is finally my turn to speak at our graduation Sunday. I have excitedly long awaited this day since last year's graduation Sunday. I was so excited that after Sunday was over, I found Sanaya, Jeremiah, Taylor, Layla, and Kristen, and told them right then and there, it is time to start writing our speeches. So, naturally, us being us, we totally forgot about graduation Sunday till about a month out. And then on May 4th, we brought up our speeches in our group chat. And then after that, it didn't even occur to me that I had to actually write my speech until last Sunday. And in true Olivia fashion, I kept putting it off, saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, until there were no tomorrows left, and I had to force myself to sit on the couch last night and write the speech, and then proofread and edit it on the way to church this morning. But here we are, June 14th, 2026, the class of 26's graduation celebration Sunday. Anaje, Elisa, Camden, Shaya, Yasmin, Z, and Janasia, I remember when the tables were turned and the roles were reversed, when I was a freshman sitting in the same seats you are sitting in now, listening to y'all give y'all's graduation speeches, the same way you're listening to me give mine now. And back then, today seemed so far away, and 4 years felt like such a long time. And to all the people that kept asking me, you know that'll be you in 4 years, right? When I laughed and showed you off, replying with, don't wish that on me, I have 4 years left. I didn't quite understand that time really is a thief. And when you replied back with saying, you say that now, but 4 years isn't that long, you were right, and I was less right. Although 4 years might have seemed long to my freshman self, I learned that 4 years is the equivalent to 4 blinks of an eye, or your heart beating 4 times. Right. Or for the people like me, 4 naps. These last 4 years of my life have been a vital part of my character development. And I am not gonna stand up here and play in your face and act like the last 4 years was all peaches and cream, because I promise you it felt like it was everything but. And I've had some good days, mommy, and I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, I won't complain. In addition, I'm also not gonna stand up here and lie and say that I remember every single person that played a part in my high school career, because I know that I won't. However, I will acknowledge the people that I believe have had the utmost impact in my life and that have really helped me get to this point. Okay, I'm gonna try not to cry, so bear with me. To my class of 26 graduates, I enjoyed growing up with you this far. Kristen, I had so much fun living with you that one summer, and I will never forget when we decided to pull an all-nighter and we stayed up just quietly laughing, trying not to wake up the whole house. Layla, we have butted heads, been friends, butted heads again, and been friends again. But the one thing I will never forget is the energy that you have and that you bring to every space that you walk in. Jeremiah and Trey, I will miss hanging out with you and being around you. And I will definitely miss the random impromptu late night talks and FaceTime calls, whether we're up talking about random stuff, catching up on each other's life, or we're just sharing life advice. Sanaya and Taylor, I will miss the girls' nights and the sleepovers, and just talking just to talk because we have the free will. To all of the people in the AME church, thank you for always being there when I didn't want you but needed you to be. Thank you for being my second family. Thank you for helping raise me when my mom went to further her education. To all of my YPD crew, it doesn't matter how many times I've complained about YPD meetings or having to wake up early for events. One thing I will know for sure that I will not have in college is the ability to be volunteer told to do something for the YPD without the choice of saying no. The annual days, random conference meetings that seem to come out of nowhere, the monthly meetings that I, as the YPD president, plan but somehow seem to always forget. The YPD was a core memory and a core staple in the book of my life. To my blood family, chosen family, and especially my grandparents, thank you for all of the life lessons and advice. Thank you for all of the money, time, and energy you've poured into me. Thank you for all of the sacrifices that you've made for me. I will not take for granted all of the ways and directions you have bent and broken your back for me. The sleepovers, the visits, gifts, holidays spent together, trips to the movies, being stuck in the house with you during COVID, Amber. The countless road trips and plane rides, the game nights with made-up games, the food wars, the decorating competitions, and so much more. Those memories will always be cherished, and I will hold them near and dear to my heart. To my babies, Parker, my Maddie, McKenna, Chrissy, Big Parker, Roman, AJ, Jackson, Trevant, LaCaso, Sanaya and Sanaya, Skylar, Amaya, and Kyla, Sydney Meeks, and Sydney Hayward. I want to thank you all for always being there to cheer me up even when I wanted to be left alone. Remember to never stop having fun, never stop being yourself, never stop being curious, and ask all of your questions. Remember to listen to Ms. Jefferson, and don't be a Canaanite, Sadducee, or hypocrite. Always be the sheep that God made you to be. Please learn from my mistake of thinking your graduation Sunday is years away, because those years will fly past and you won't even realize it. As that time flies, you will be growing and experiencing new things, some good, some bad, and indifferent, but just know this: trouble don't last always. And please believe me when I say, the graduates you see speaking before you now will be there for you just like the graduates before us were here for us. To all of my friends, AKA Mother Void's kids, no amount of words can explain or express just how grateful I am to have lived a life with you. There is so much I could say to y'all, but I will say this. Thank you for putting up with me from the day we met until now and well into the future. Just thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you did and didn't do, from encouraging every bad decision and being there when everything falls apart to being crazy with me. I appreciate you. To my father, in simple man's terms, thank you for being present. I know that it may not always seem like it, but I love that you were there. I already miss one energy drink before my softball games, and the what do you want to listen to? Us spending time together, turning on the TV, but being on our phones. And my mom getting irritated at the both of us because she's already overstimulated and we're unintentionally constantly acting like each other. I will miss my Doc McStuffins themed room and you leaving the light on for me in the bathroom at night so I don't get scared. Thank you for being the G to my O, and I hope that you know I will still call you when I have projects to do. To my mother, before I say thank you, I want to say that I am sorry. I am sorry for all of the hurt, pain, frustration, irritation, inconveniences, burdens, headaches, and heartbreaks. Headaches, heartbreaks, heartaches, anxiety, and panic attacks that I've caused and I've placed on you. I am sorry that I made you feel like a failure as though you were not enough. I am sorry for not living up to and past my full potential, and I vow from this moment on, as your munchkin, I promise to do that and more when I touch down on campus. I will never forget the wise words, motherly love, late night crying in the car, deep conversations, inside jokes, heated arguments, time spent together. You were the woman that carried me and gave me life. I promise that I won't waste my blessing anymore. You might have literally had to drag me to the finish line by my ear, but from here on out, I got me. And before you say anything, yes, I know that I have you to fall back on if I need to. I love and appreciate you for everything you've done and more. Thank you for being my pastor, mommy. To my mother's mother, my Nana, if only you were here right now. However, if you were here, you would have my head. You left me before I got the chance to properly say goodbye, and navigating junior and senior year without you has been and still is one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure. But if you were here, I'd tell you thank you for making copies of my homework and ripping up the papers that I messed up or that you didn't like and making me restart. Thank you for doing everything for me. You left too soon, but you leaving taught me something that I would never have learned if God had allowed you to stay. How to rely and help myself. I have learned how to do everything you were talking to me about, especially the part where you said your attitude can open doors for you that your skills alone cannot.
That's right, that's right.
No shade or hate or disrespect to any of my other two, any of my other two wonderfully amazing grandmothers. However, my Nana is the absolute best grandmother any firstborn granddaughter could ever ask for. Even though I absolutely hated it then, I appreciate you for pushing me so hard my 4th through 10th grade years. Thank you for teaching me how to build my own table and chairs when the seat at certain tables were taken away.
Come on.
I am almost done, but before I finish, there are 3 more things I want to say. To Aunt Val, Kara, Rebecca, Miss Jefferson, Miss Foltz, Miss Twine, Al, Chris, both Miss Keishas, Miss Natisha and Mr. Justin, Pastor Jefferson, Kristen Massey, Miss Maya, Miss Janae, and everyone in Bethel that I might have missed. Thank you for helping me, teaching me, nurturing me, and watching me grow. Thank you for all of the love talks, choir rehearsals, praise dances, nights welcomes, church meals, and most importantly, the Jolly Ranchers.
Most important.
I actually took one when I was in this office this morning. While looking back on the last 4 years of my life, I honestly cannot even begin to wrap my head around the fact that I am graduating. It is a feeling so surreal that my brain still thinks it is a distant dream, even though I walk across the stage tomorrow night. But if grade school taught me anything that I'm going to use in the real world, it is how to be my true self, how to be true to myself, my family, and my God. I have had the privilege of attending public and private schools, along with my environment, have taught me that this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And everywhere I go, I'm going to let it shine. Whether it be in Bethel, at school, or across the world, I will never let anything dim my shiny little light. As I take my seat, it is with a heavy heart that I have to announce that this will be my last Sunday at Bethel for a little while, but for good reason. Do not let the fact that my family is wearing blue fool you. In the fall, I will be attending my dream school of the Norfolk State University. As a VCAN scholar, majoring in political science with future plans of becoming a criminal defense attorney. However, before that happens, I will be moving in onto NSU's campus on June 20th to start my Spartan journey a little early, participating in the SPARC Summer Bridge program. I hope that I have made everyone under the sound of my voice proud of me in some way or another. This is Olivia Imani Williams Davis, a class of 2026 senior, signing out.